one left, and it's Bradley. Wrong name. It's with a B. I got that right. So Brian is really doing some Brian is gone. And now we're talking about Bradley. I'm going to get this right. This is the weather outside. So Bradley is here, and he is a real entrepreneur and a real inventor of something that's been so exciting. Bradley, when we were talking before about the time machine, I think what we didn't do maybe is talk about your background, which has been so good in the whole field of aesthetics. I mean, this isn't something you just jumped into. You really had an interest in this, and you're still young. Did you start this when you were like 12? I mean, where did you get the interest from?
Well, I got the interest because I saw how every other doctor would work on their patients. For me, being a distributor for the biggest laser companies, like I said on the last show, and training the doctors and teaching the doctors how to implement the other laser systems into their practice and train them how to use it on their patients.
But in order to do this, you have done things you've been well trained with taking a lot of the courses. So you really understand the skin, which I think is really important.
Well, I understand it based on, other inventors of other technologies working hands-on with me, one-on-one, and teaching me how to operate the technology.
But it's funny because I always think of women in this field. Mm-hmm. And as a young man, of course, you love beautiful women, and so that probably attracted you to this also. But it's interesting to see someone like you who is so dedicated now to getting rid of our wrinkles and getting rid of those spots and all those things. I mean, when I watch you with patients, I watch you doing this, you're so dedicated. You're like this scientist, and you look at every little thing as you're getting rid of all these, I don't know what to call them on our faces besides wrinkles. You're after, scars. You're able to take a scar and make it much less. I mean, it probably never goes away exactly, does it?
Well, based on the studies that we've performed, Dr. Ron and a couple other doctors that have been part of the studies, they go away permanently, scars. And we have video documentation of scars going away just after 3 treatments with the lasers.
Yeah, and lasers, of course, when we first thing I really thought about lasers with ophthalmology when people were having things done with their eyes. You can't
compare.
It's not the same laser, is it?
Lasers from eyes. I manufacture the lasers, so during the process of manufacturing, we deal with all the organizations that certify them as medical technology and having all the right certifications. And there's different classifications for the lasers. And the lasers we use, it's proven scientifically to non-invasive restore and resurface the skin's tissue.
When you go to the big department stores, you go to all their fancy, all the products that they're selling, the first floor, all those cosmetics, name brands, international name brands, and people are buying all this expensive stuff to put on their face, and they're hoping that, it's all going to make their face look like when they were a baby. It's not going to work, is it? It's not like what you're doing.
No, nothing else out there could do our results or can do. And that's what's really unique about how we built the protocols to train other practitioners internationally right now on how to use the technology for each specific treatment that the time machine lasers could perform. So we really built up the protocols. We made it a cookie cutter business model for other practitioners right now internationally to use, and it's being performed at 2 centers here in Florida.
That's right. We have one in Boca Raton, and I don't have with me.
And one in Aventura.
Right. I have a number, but I think it's your own number. What is the number in Boca that we that people should call. I think that would be a good thing. And then if they call there, people can hear this in Aventura, so they may want to go to your center in Aventura or in Boca Raton. What is the Boca Raton number?
Well, they're able to call 561-368-8880 and schedule an appointment through that number for the Boca Raton location, which is right across the street from Boca Regional Hospital, or our Aventura location, which is in the same shopping center as the Aventura Mall.
Right, and so that's really a very good way to do it. The one thing I've noticed is when you go to the Boca office, I haven't been to Aventura yet, but I noticed that people are so nice. I mean, I forget, what is the name of the lady, the receptionist that's been working with Dr. Rubin? She is the nicest person.
Yeah, she's the office manager. She's great.
What is her name
Jessica.
again? Jessica. You know, it makes a big difference, as you know, when you go to an office and people are really kind and friendly. Can I get you something to drink? And the doctor's going to be here in a while, and and Bradley's just finishing up a process, and it's really nice because you do go to some offices where you walk in, and sometimes they have this big glass there. First of all, right? And you have to knock on the glass. It says don't knock. I mean, I don't like that. I mean, this is a beautiful office there in Boca, right across the street from the hospital. So we're talking now about the Time Machine program, and I will tell you this, that they will be at the Boomer Expo. They're going to have their own booth, and they will be giving some minimal demonstrations, right? So people understand what that's all about, and we're excited about having that. And the Time Machine, it's everybody wants to look younger. We all want to look younger, and wrinkles, of course, are the first thing that shows that people are growing older. But there's more than that. I was working with, I guess, my massage therapist when I was telling her about this. She said, "Oh, I've got this scar." Now, I didn't notice the scar, but everybody looks at themselves and they see everything, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of times we look at each other and we don't see it as much. But I told her about you, and she said, "Oh my gosh, if I could get this scar removed, I'd be so happy." And I said, "That's what they say they can remove." So the scar, when you're doing this, about how many times would they have to come? I guess it depends on the size of the scar.
Yeah, well, obviously, there's every doctor, every plastic surgeon, every dermatologist, whoever does lasers, they all use basically the same lasers. They all buy the lasers from the same company, and then they get the same training from that company that they purchase the lasers from. What makes us different is our lasers. We're the only laser centers in the world that use our technology. And with the scar removal, we're 100% accurate with removing scars and smoothing out the skin and healing the surface. The surface of the scar tissue.
And the most important thing is it doesn't hurt.
No, there's no downtime. We're not zapping the skin. We're healing the skin's tissue, and we're resurfacing the scar. And each treatment, it fades away.
Well, Dr. Ron Rubin, I'm having this is interesting. Must be the weather. I called him Brian, and we know he's Bradley, but Brian left, so Bradley's here. And Dr. Ron Rubin has just come here because he's looking all fit and as a fiddle. I mean, everybody here this morning, I love this. And so you're here, and I know you're very, very happy about what's going on with the Time Machine, and you're there right in your office. I mean, for a long time. Why don't you tell people what you've been doing for a long time before this happened?
My career has been centered around oral and maxillofacial surgery. That's a super specialty field of dentistry, in which I do not do any dentistry, but I help people out with different afflictions, whether it's impacted wisdom teeth, cysts of the jaw bones, or cysts of the tissues, cancers, reconstruction of the jaw bones, placement of implants. This has been my career.
And while I was in your office, I saw this beautiful picture of Countess de Hornley. And I dearly love the Countess. She is, of course, 101 now. And she wrote this she has her photograph, and she autographed it to you. So I think that says a lot. We're not going to go through her history, but at least she has been a patient because it was right there in your office. So I can say that. But you have been here in Boca for a long time, and I guess you met Brad. I don't know how that all happened, but you felt something very big about this, didn't you?
I truly did, and I believe the universe puts people together at the right times when they should meet each other. We were brought together through a mutual friend of ours, and over the period of time the relationship increased, and with Brad developed the Time Machine program. It was a total natural for me to get involved in a big way, totally. For the first time in my career, I can help people through their Time Machine program enhance their facial beauty, enhance the cosmetics without the normal pain that I hear people talk about all the time with zap, 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 the redness and the downtime. All those things, to me, they're old school. This is the new.
And you have been in the business of making people look good and feel good for this, because you can really appreciate this.
Correct.
And so that's why I can see how this happened. And, of course, meeting someone like Dr. Rubin Brad, for you, must have been really thrilling, too, to have someone of his reputation and his skill and his medical knowledge appreciate what you have invented.
The combination of, everything happens the way everything's supposed to happen, and that's why the results we get with the Time Machine program, every patient is happy that walks into the door. And that's why we're getting picked up by international distributors now. And so
this has almost been like a beta site here, what we call a beta site. It's been even though you know that it works, people...
beta sites when you try to reinvent the wheel. We didn't reinvent the wheel. We just took lasers to the next level. We're not making new claims that other lasers out there haven't been proven and scientifically proven to do. So we just enhanced the laser game, and our company will always be ahead of the game, just based on we're always going to be in development of new technology, since our company is already registered with all the organizations. So any new technologies that we come out with now, it's just it's like Apple and PC. So I could honestly say we're going to be ahead of the game.
It's great, Apple PC.
But with the laser industry. And
well, that's
really
well said. That's well said. I have a friend who's been going. She just had her 6th treatment, and she's very excited about it. And see, now, it's funny. I never noticed the things that she noticed. So that's what we're doing. We're talking to people who have been bothered by certain things. We don't know that. When we talk to people, we just talk to them. We don't see all that unless it's something really serious. But she is very happy, and she's saying, yeah, those are things I just know I feel better. Now, I have another question about this. Let's say you have the treatments. Does it even get better weeks later?
Well, the more you get the treatments, the better the results are, based on each case and each scenario of why somebody walks in through the doors for a treatment. You're able to customize a program based on their needs.
But I guess what I mean is that if you have something done, sometimes the days and weeks later it even seems to be enhanced.
That's very true. There's many studies have been done now up to approximately 4 weeks after the laser therapies that show reorganization of tissues in not only the dermal but even the subdermal tissues, with reformation of new collagen fibers, reintroduction of brand new hyaluronic acid crystals within them to plump out the skin and to hydrate the skin. And elastin, which is the elastic tissues, reformation of elastic tissues have been shown on a photomicroscope.
Yeah, I thought that's true, and that's really quite a good thing. So when you're finished, you think you're finished, you're not really finished, your body's still improving.
Exactly. You see the results immediately, or within just minutes. I mean, it's that instant gratification is right there for everybody. They just look at it and go, oh my gosh. And to most people, what I particularly see, not really a flaw, but to them, the most minute is their lack of beauty, and they don't need too much. So once the Time Machine program is finished, the process continues on in rearranging the tissues deeper below for healthier and more beautiful skin.
Okay, so we've been talking about the face, but I know, Brad, you talked about one of, we won't mention who it is, but I think a polo player's wife came in and you were working. Are we allowed to talk about that? And
Yeah,
what
well,
you did? That's amazing.
We have, we get some very high-end people from all over the world that, whether they come into South Florida, Miami, some they hear about our results. So, what we're able to do now is we're moving into other areas of the body with the lasers, non-surgical butt lifts. Obviously, each case is, based on each case that we're able to do. We body sculpt and combine laser resurfacing. We do the non-surgical facelifts. We're able to get rid of stretch marks and cellulite to a point. Each case individually, we determine how many treatments and if we could work on that case. And we're able to body sculpt and laser resurface because of the way the machines are made.
So, it's funny. I don't know. This is a young person and she wants her butt lifted. Can you talk about that to me? Both of you. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, basically, last week, what we actually done, we've done an infomercial for the non-surgical butt lift. Obviously, if someone's extremely overweight and they're trying to do it, it's not for them. But if someone just lost some weight, they have some extra skin, they have some cellulite in the back of their legs, we're able to skin tighten, we're able to resurface, and we're able to sculpt the butt up a little bit and resurface it, and it holds into place.
Oh, I got it then. Oh, I see what you're saying, because I couldn't imagine so somebody maybe other people who've lost weight, would this, you think that the laser would be good for them?
Well, we resurface the area and body sculpt at the same time.
What is it really doing, Dr. Ron, when what's happening? The fat, is it just going away, or what's actually happening?
It does not have any effect on the fat. We cannot claim that at all. But what it's doing is he's tightening the skin. So when you have loose skin hanging down, the fat itself with gravity is stretching the skin out. Now Brad's able to go ahead and with the program tighten the skin back again, and so it lifts that up temporarily for a while. And if it needs every once in a while, we'll see. It's more skin tightening, but it's this tightening of the skin that lifts that fat back up.
So tightening of the skin, and that's why the wrinkles then on your face. It's tightening that, getting rid of the wrinkles. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is very new to me because I haven't been doing any of these things. So when I see what you're doing, I know that when I have watched Brad, I have seen discoloration on somebody, and then you're able to, I don't know, what are you doing with that discoloration? What's actually happening?
Well, take our program, the full makeover. With the full makeover, what we're able to do, we're really even out the pigmentation of the skin. We even out the skin tone by the resurfacing. We're able to work each individual line on the face because of the pinpoint accuracy of the lasers. We're able to get specific areas that people can't get anywhere else. And we're able to facial sculpt or body sculpt with the lasers.
You've been seeing a lot of success. I know the people are coming in. When I'm there, they're coming in. It's like all of a sudden it's catching on. It's like viral, with the Facebook, huh? It's becoming very important.
The results talk.
It does. Let me give everyone a phone number if you would like to have a demonstration or go there and see what it's about. There's one in Boca Raton, right across from the Boca Raton Hospital in Dr. Rubin's office, and it's called, we now call it the time machine, is it the spa?
Boca Medical Spa.
The Boca Medical Spa. That's what we have. Okay, the Boca Medical Spa, and the phone number is 561-868. Do I have that right? 8800?
561-368.
368.
561-368.
Okay, let's go get that back.
8880.
Okay, 561-368-8880.
Correct.
Got that?
Good.
561-368-8880. I'm going to do a commercial on this for you, I think. Got to get that. Okay, so that's 561-368-8880.
8880.
8880. I'm having a hard time this morning. I don't know what's going on here. Too early. I got up this morning. Okay, 368-8880.
Yes.
Right? I got that?
Yes.
Okay. And how about on the web? What is it? It's called
www.thetimemachineprogram.com. You can check us out there, www.thetimemachineprogram.com, or you can visit us at www.bocamedicalspa.com. You can follow us on Facebook, The Time Machine Program. You can follow us on Instagram, The Time Machine Program. Follow us on Twitter. You can see all our before and afters. You can see tons of video testimonials. You can see each procedure being performed live on a video. You can see the scientific studies. You can learn about what we do and why we are the best.
Well, we have seen it. No, you have a very good website. And it is good, thetimemachineprogram.com. That's very, very important to go and see it. And again, the phone number is 561-368-8880. And you also have another center in Aventura, and that's important because sometimes we have people listening in between both locations. So
what's really unique about our center in Aventura is that we work with a big plastic surgeon's office that he does breast implants and all kinds of surgery. And when he heard about this opportunity, he loved for us to come in. And what we're talking about doing is working with the lasers right after his surgery, working on healing the skin's tissue. So what he does a lot of breast implants and a lot of other, nose jobs or facelifts and actually he was rated, by New Beauty for 2013 top plastic surgeon in Miami. So really having
Can you give us his name?
No, I don't want to say his name. His name's on our website and all that, but he's not here, so I like to let people talk for themselves. But we're really going to be moving into working with the laser after surgery.
Well, when they go to Aventura, what will it be? So how will they find it?
TheTimeMachineProgram.com. Yeah, all the addresses are on our website.
Okay. All right, so people can go ahead.
Yeah, we're by appointment. Our centers,
Of course.
You got to call for a consult, for a free consult.
Or you can come to the Boomer Expo, and you'll be able to see them there. And I guess you'll be doing little mini demonstrations, and we are going, as we have lots of prizes, as everybody knows, and Brad has been very kind to give us a 6 treatment. We call it what is the name that you
the full makeover.
The full makeup. I was thinking the full Monty. You know that. I'm sorry. The full makeover, and that was really nice that someone will win that along with all the other cruises. We have a huge cruise that we've just gotten, and so we're very excited about all this. So when people call you for an appointment, your hours, sometimes you're there like after work for people who, I know you're doing this on Saturday. I mean, sometimes you're there to really accommodate them.
When patients sign up for the Time Machine Program, we really give them that one-on-one feeling. And we really work on their schedule.
Yeah, because a lot of people do work, and they can't
especially our clientele.
Yeah.
And, it's just how it is.
How long should someone prepare to be there? Is it
an hour and a half?
About an hour and a half.
Give or take.
Okay, an hour and a half. And then it requires, how many treatments generally do you think it requires to... I guess it really, again, depends on how serious the situation is. If they have some very deep,
that
scores.
all comes down into the consult.
But so we want them to know that it'll take about an hour and a half if they do
and
have
6 treatments minimum.
6 treatments minimum. Okay, and they're very, I have to tell you personally.
They're very relaxing.
They're relaxing, and they're not that expensive. That's the other thing that's very important to tell people, so this isn't going into thousands and thousands of dollars.
No, but you pay for what you get, and our results talk for itself, and our price is very reasonable. Actually, our prices need to start going up a little bit.
That's a good point.
They really are very inexpensive.
People come in, they get an extremely high value for what they're paying out of the pocket.
Oh, absolutely. For the time you spend with them, I really did think you were, undercutting your prices, and I think they could be more. But I know what you're doing it to just get people to really appreciate it.
Well, we also built a brand. We really did build a brand.
Right. Dr. Ron, this is Dr. Ron Rubin. I'll just give his whole name here. It's a whole new world. You said something before that I think is very important, this whole field of lasers now. When you were doing your work, as a maxillary surgeon. Did I get that right?
Oral and maxillofacial surgeon.
You know, I really have a problem with that word. Do other people
know,
have a problem with that word?
It's okay.
And what is that from? Is that the muscles? Is that the name of the muscles in the mouth?
It's a delineation. The original expression for the specialty field was oral surgery only, but since so much we do is not just the lower jaw, but the upper jaw, which is the maxilla. Is the
the maxilla.
And the facial portion. So this encompasses what we do. And with the help of the Time Machine program, we're extending out of deep inside the mouth, out deep inside the bone, onto the surface to help beautify like I've never seen before. Because the moment you touch the skin with a blade or a needle, it's become invasive. Minimally so, but it's invasive, and some things are non-repairable. But with the Time Machine program, they don't get touched. It's pure energy medicine.
Oh, that's good.
And no pain.
Yeah, that's good. It is. There's no pain. It is true.
Correct.
I mean, I had one treatment, and I can attest to that. There's absolutely no pain. And you have these little glasses that you put on when you're working on this, and it's and the gentle touch. And now, of course, there are people that you're working with who will be helping you to do this because you're just having too many people come. You can't do it for everybody.
Of course. Well, obviously, since we built up the program, we got through the studies, and we built everything up. We hired tons of electrolysis, that are performing the treatments, and
with your, of course, you are the trainer, though.
Yeah,
and that's the most important thing.
And what's going to be really unique is that all the electrolysis that have all the right certifications to operate the devices, they're training on other machines, so nobody's ever been trained on this technology before. So it's really unique because we really built up the training program, especially when we're getting ready to sell the technology here in the U.S. once we have the 510K, FDA 510K, and even right now internationally, we have the whole training built for international sales, and hopefully it gets into very soon, the beauty schools, the electrolysis courses with our training program, since our technology is all medically registered. So we're really going to be building a training program for the schools also to start training electrolysis on the newest cutting-edge laser technology.
Well, Brad Schoengood, you can take a deep breath now. You did good.
That was all one breath.
Yeah, that was one breath.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he's so enthusiastic, and Dr. Ron Rubin are here. And, I love to do cutting-edge information, and I really feel without cutting, even if this is the word cutting, but there's no cutting in this, but it's cutting-edge information, and I certainly appreciate both of you coming in. Thank you very much, and I'll give you the number one more time. Get your pencils out. It's Pencil Talk Radio, 561-368-8880. And you can get on the web. It's the Time Machine program, and you'll see what it's all about. Thanks. We'll see you back here next week. Remember to watch the TV show this morning at 9 o'clock on Beacon, either channels 19 or 63. Bye.